Well, thank you, all of you, for joining us here today. And I echo Henry's initial remark that it's a real joy to see so many of you here today. This joint session between the BIS Innovation Hub and the Swiss National Bank aims at exploring the links between traditional and decentralized finance, as all of you know, usually called DeFi. So I see many new faces, and therefore I think that it would be useful for me to take a few minutes just to put into perspective the BIS and this topic of DeFi. So as you know, the BIS is the world's first international financial organization, founded in 1930. We are owned by 63 central banks, including the Swiss National Bank. We're usually described as a bank for central banks, but we are much more than that. We are the forum for global collaboration between central banks with a mission to support monetary and financial stability. International collaboration is a precondition for globally consistent rules and standards for the financial system. The BIS draws on its unique position at the intersection of research and policy to produce top-notch economic analysis and advice for central banks and financial supervisors. I really encourage you to familiarize yourself with our work. But more recently, central bank collaboration at the BIS has extended into the area of innovation and technology. The role of the BIS Innovation Hub is to be a focal point for central bank experts on innovation, to work on cutting-edge technological trends relevant to central banks, and to develop financial technology public goods that drive the future global financial system. Our Innovation Hub is not a policy shop. It is a laboratory. In partnership with central banks, other financial authorities, banks and technology firms, we create proofs of concept, prototypes, or minimum viable products. Hackathons and conferences like this help us understand trends, scope out our projects, and reach out to the fintech community to move innovation forward in a responsible way. The BIS Innovation Hub has a global presence and is growing very fast. Our first 3 centers here in Switzerland, Hong Kong, and Singapore have already completed 9 projects over the last 2 years. There are more than 10 more active or upcoming during 2022 in these centers, and the new ones that we have just opened in London and Stockholm. And in the second half of this year, we expect to open another center in Toronto and another in Frankfurt, Paris for the Eurozone. We also have a strategic partnership with the New York Fed in its New York Innovation Center. So as you can see, we're trying to build a global force for innovation for the central bank and financial community. So as part of the first wave, the Swiss Center, operated together with the SNB, has been in the avant-garde of our efforts. I want to personally thank Thomas Jordan and his team for his vision and extremely strong and enthusiastic support. Our joint projects, Helvetia and Jura, showed how wholesale CBDCs can settle across borders and currencies. They are great examples of how new technologies can help central banks deliver on global monetary and financial stability as the financial system evolves. The projects are also examples of how the Hub does things by getting into the weeds of coding and business processes. It's the only way to truly understand new technologies. This year, we're turning our attention to DeFi. future projects, and this conference will help us understand the technology and how it can help shape a better future financial system. In welcoming you all here today, I want to outline what the future might look like. At its core, the fundamental value of the financial system is trust. Trust is or trust in currency is what glues together domestic and global financial systems. The central bank issues money, providing society with a reliable unit of account, store of value, and medium of exchange, and so trust in the currency is ultimately grounded in the trust in the central bank. In this sense, money provided by the central bank is a public good. This requirement underlines much of our current exploratory work on central bank digital currencies. They could create a stable and open foundation for new financial services. But where does DeFi fit into this vision? As the chair of the BIS Board of Directors, François Villeroy de Galhau said during his opening speech at our recent BIS Innovation Summit, and I quote, "CBDC is not about a big brother of central banks threatening the free world of decentralized finance. Rather, it could be about providing further tools to help make DeFi successful and sustainable." But what defines successful and sustainable? What should the future financial system look like? Beyond this foundation of trust, there are some core values that the money of the future must retain. First, stability. Monetary and financial stability are key. This is not an abstract requirement. Millions of people around the world lack stable money and prices. It frustrates development. It ruins lives. Second, integrity. Tomorrow's financial system must continue to be based on the rule of law. There cannot be openness or safety for users without clear rules to protect the system from money laundering and illicit activities. Third, efficiency and interoperability. A system that is safe but controlled by monopolies and walled gardens goes against the spirit of principle that monetary system is the public good. Payments must flow seamlessly between different systems and across borders to drive competition and choice for users. Fourth, consumer protection. Digital payments are a data goldmine, one that many are seeking to control for additional gain. Future systems should prevent this. Privacy is a fundamental human value that the financial system must uphold. Fifth, sustainability. The financial system of the future should contribute to resolve our climate crisis, not make it worse. A blockchain that consumes more energy than a country is not the future. And finally, inclusion. A financial system only works well for society if it works for all in society. Financial exclusion imposes enormous costs on the economy and society, particularly in developing countries. Technology and innovation, particularly in the payment space, can play an important part in bringing the unbanked into the financial system. Today I want to hear about the technology underlying DeFi. I have 5 questions. First, what is DeFi? Underneath the hype, what can the tech do today and in the future? Does DeFi have to be anonymous and involve cryptocurrencies? How decentralized does DeFi need to be? Second, where is DeFi going? Is it just liquidity for crypto markets? I hope the answer is no. Where specifically might DeFi adoption help the better future I outlined? How might consumer protection be improved and users protected? Will we see fragmentation of the DeFi landscape, and what challenges might this bring? Third, looking further ahead, will DeFi collide with or complement the existing system? Are we seeing a new structure for the financial system, or innovative ways to automate processes that can be incorporated into traditional infrastructure? What about the tokenization of traditional assets? How can trust be preserved without cumbersome or risky custody models? And when new legal frameworks are developed, what impact might this have? Fourth, what role do stablecoins play? What is needed to make them safe? How can a stablecoin run caused by a loss of trust be avoided? And if it does happen, a run, how might contagion spread in the DeFi ecosystem? And could it impact the traditional funding markets? Moreover, what effect might big techs and personal data have on stablecoin systems and DeFi? And finally, what role might there be for future CBDCs? Central bank money is traditionally the foundation for safe, open, neutral, and stable systems. Can CBDC help make DeFi truly stable? And conversely, could DeFi protocols help make the future CBDCs more efficient, aiding adoption and improvement of cross-border payments? These are difficult questions, but we have experts for central banking, academia, banks, and DeFi to help. Sowing the seeds of responsible innovation requires collaboration, iteration, and learning from each other. With a great agenda and with great speakers, I'm looking forward to today. I welcome you to this conference, and I hope that today's dialogue can be the start of a better understanding for all of us. Thank you very much.